Welcome to Season 7 of Situations, the podcast, where real people talk about real life situations. This season, we're turning up the heat with deeper conversations, raw truth, and the kind of topics everyone's thinking, but nobody's saying.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations of the Podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Deanna.
How everybody doing today? Tiana, how you feel?
I feel pretty good. What about you?
I'm a little tired today, but I'm here. I'm gonna push through. We got to get it done.
Absolutely.
Um, okay. On today's episode, I figured we will talk about modern dating.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So basically, what I want to know is, do you think modern dating is exhausting? That's pretty much the title. That's the title of today's show, Modern Dating. Okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, I mean, and for those of you that's tuned in, I also want you guys' feedback. I want you guys to tell me how you feel about some of these questions, and you guys feel free to answer them. Okay? So, Tiana, we're going to start off today's show with this question. Is modern dating exhausting because people have too many options?
No, because I think the people has already always been out there. I think it's exhausting because people are not being authentic
Okay.
and straightforward.
Okay. I can see that. But I think a little different. I would say yes, because I think, unlimited options create unrealistic standards. And the comparison, if that makes sense. And I think that's what's killing the commitments.
I mean, I agree to it to an extent, but it's just like if you was going to the restaurant with your wife or your girl, it's still going to be other women in the restaurant. It's still, so that's I'm like, people gonna always be around. It's always going to be somebody that may appear to be more, beautiful on an outer exterior or have more or whatever. So it doesn't matter if it was more options, meaning it was 500 versus 200. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
still another option. Temptation is still there, no matter the number. Is
Okay.
do you appreciate what you have? Or are you just looking for a reason to do something you want to do anyway because you're not being honest?
And I think that's what's important, being able to appreciate what you have.
Right.
Versus continuously having the wondering eye.
Right.
So
Water the grass where you at. Water the grass where you at.
absolutely.
If you like the aesthetics of, a certain type of woman, maybe the person that you with does dress a little more modestly, but for the man, if you want, a specific aesthetic, then if this woman is more modest and you don't want this type of woman, then why would you get with her? You see what I'm saying? It's like they
Right.
be wanting to pick and choose what they want because they be knowing like some of them other girls that maybe if they dress a certain way, they may be more promiscuous or they may be more, over friendly or just out, in the streets or whatever. So it's like decide exactly what you want. If you want to be a playboy, then go on out in the street. But when you're ready to get serious with somebody, then there's some things you're gonna have to set aside, to
Right.
be emotionally, connected and feel safe as well.
Right. Absolutely. But let me ask this here. Do you think dating apps make make people disposable?
Absolutely.
Right.
Because especially if you on there and then somebody's responding back every time you reach out, it creates a false illusion that, oh, they're there, they respond to me every time I want them to, or whatever, this and that. The woman that you with may not respond, or the man, because this could go both ways. So I'm not being biased here,
Right.
man or female. If they're working or if they're doing something, you know what I'm saying, they probably can't get back to you all the time.
Right.
But they're committed. This woman could be responding on a dating app or a man while somebody else sitting right next to them.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know?
But
So
I agree with that. I would say I would have to say yes too, because with those dating apps, you know, when people are on those dating apps, they tend to they see something they don't like, they keep swiping. They keep
right,
swiping. They keep
right,
swiping. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
this is why I say it makes them very disposable, opposed
Mm-hmm.
to you steady swiping. Why not repair
Right.
the situation that you're already in,
Right. Or invest
opposed to keep
in.
swiping?
Right. I saw this post on Instagram, and this was a married couple, and they be doing skits, and all the different stuff. And the man was like, "This how she look when she on Instagram now." She was all dolled up. He was like, "This how she look in real life. Her hair wasn't calm and this and that." You know what I'm saying? So it be the illusion of, you know what I'm saying, and somebody else may be, but he gets to see everything about her. It's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Versus the pretty picture on Instagram.
Right, right. Absolutely. So in today's society, are women more selective now, or are they just more cautious?
I don't know what they are. And I usually have an answer for everything. I don't know what these helpers want from us. As
Oh
they
man.
say. I don't know. I can't say more selective because if they come if these women come across a rapper, a lawyer, a baller, anybody, they gonna talk to all five of them. Ain't no more selective. They going for the gusto. They gonna try to
Right.
get all they can get. I just think greed takes over, and the expectations are not realistic. They're just accumulating as much as they can.
Yeah. I mean, because like you said,
What's
whatever presents itself,
Yeah,
and they feel right at that particular time, that's where they going.
right. Now, for the woman that's looking for something, the woman that has substance and she's looking for a real commitment, of course she's going to be more selective because the pool has got everything in it. You know,
Right. Right.
I know I'll
Absolutely.
be like, I just don't even want to do it. You done heard a few stories I done had. I'm like,
Right.
look,
Right. Right.
I think I'm tapped out. On the post where the men be like, for the women that you know. How we supposed to find y'all if y'all don't ever come outside? Y'all go to the grocery store, y'all go to work, y'all go to the gym, that's me.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna get
Shit.
it.
Oh. Okay. Well, let me say this though. Let me ask this question.
Okay.
And let me ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think money have replaced the love as foundations of relationships?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. It's all about what do you have, what do you bring to the table, all this and that or whatever. Instead of like just asking real questions, to see where their head is at. Yeah, you want to know if a person, has some type of purpose or direction in life and where they're going. Do they got a life plan and everything like that? Like, where do you see yourself 3 to 5 years? Although everything may not happen within that time span, but at least they're on the road, to accomplishing something, and you seeing them actively doing that.
Right.
Um, asking them questions like, what if in this scenario, if a man did this, or, what are you looking for at the present moment? You know, what are your core values? What do you value? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like
Right.
that. So
Right.
you can see if it matches up with yours instead of, just the superficial stuff that really makes no sense. Because if somebody gets hurt, or if we used to have another shutdown and you stuck in the house with somebody or this and that or whatever, you wonder why people don't like each other. Y'all never liked each other. You liked certain things that you liked about that person, and that's what you led with, and that's what you picked apart and you put in the forefront of everything. And then when that didn't work no more, oh, we calling it quits or whatever. You never liked each other.
Right. Absolutely. But I agree with. I have to agree with that because in today's society, a lot of these women's they it's all about financial security.
It is.
I ain't gonna say all. I'm gonna say some.
Right.
They want to be financially secure before they even emotionally connected.
And
You,
that's why you call them the mean girls, some of them. And that's why, because they pretty much walking around here with black hearts. They didn't been hurt so much. So now it's, I'm finna move like this. And if it ain't about that, then whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. All women would like to be financially secure, have a
right.
provider, protector, and everything like that. I mean, if that's kind of how we were, taught and brought up, and the roles that we had, and stuff like that. Like the man's supposed to provide, and I'm not saying a woman is not supposed to, because she's supposed to be a helpmate, But it's like I'm sitting down, I'm asking about how your leadership skills, like what vision do you see for us? Like, do you even see me in the picture long term, stuff like that or whatever? So that's gonna tell me everything I need to know. Because if you say any goddamn thing talking about let's see how it go, baby, you out the door. And we're not finna see how nothing go. We not, because now you stringing me along. That's what that means. If you can't give me a direct answer, and
Right.
if you say right now I'm not looking for nothing serious and I want to just have fun, say that so I can say no thank you and you can go get the fun girl.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. But like I said before, I think if you're interested in a person, you got to get to try to know that person first. Get to make some
Exactly.
type of connection. You
Right.
know, see if y'all emotionally connect first.
Right.
You know, but the girls, like you said, the girls that's probably been hurt and have been through some things, and now this is the only way they feel they're gonna
Right.
move. I don't think that's right either. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because you could
don't.
be, if a real man approached that situation and she not knowing really who she really is facing herself with
Right.
because
Right.
she got this shield up, then
Yeah.
she can miss out. You know what I'm saying? She can probably
Right.
miss out on one of the biggest blessings of her life. And she not
Right.
even know it because you carry this certain demeanor. You know?
Or you get a man that say you not finna play in my face and he snap. That's it took a whole nother turn.
Right, right,
It's not funny, but it just be like that. And I feel like whatever experience you had with a previous person, man or woman, I don't think it's fair that you start moving forward and saying this is how you finna be, and you start treating every other person out there like that, because they didn't do it to you.
right,
I feel like,
right,
why should somebody else have to pay for the pain or the grief or the misfortune or the signs that you miss? Like, yeah, when you go through something, you get hurt, you're gonna be a little guarded, but you take time to heal. And it's okay to have some guards up when you first meet somebody, but that's why you take your time on getting to know them.
right. Well, let me ask you this then.
Hmm.
You say it's okay to have your guards up, which it is. There's no problem with you having your guards up and you protecting yourself from past trauma. But at what point does those guards at what
Come
point does
down.
those guards start to come down?
No, that's what I'm saying. When you first meet a person, like the girl went on the first date, and the boy, remember we saw that video or something?
Right,
He said he left the phone in the car. She gave him her keys.
right,
The
right,
guy's supposed to be up. You don't give him your damn keys. You don't know him.
right,
And on our first date, I don't want you coming to pick me up because I don't know you. You could be crazy or anything. I'm gonna take my own vehicle and we're gonna go to a place where it's a public place.
right,
So that's what I'm saying in that regard. Just proceed with caution, having your guards up in that way. once you, I mean, if you study talking, engaging with a person and getting to know them or whatever, at some point you should be like, okay, or no, this is not for me.
Okay. But do you think social media standards uh ruin real life attraction?
Absolutely, because social media standards is not realistic.
Right.
I mean, you can use editing, you can use whatever filters you want,
Filters, right, right,
makeup, angles, all the stuff. Like, even a man, he could stand next to a car in a parking lot and you thinking it's his.
right,
And it's not for the women. They can go get clothes or, borrow stuff from friends or, wear all this stuff or whatever to appease to have this amazing lifestyle and they don't. And I tell a person, if you want a woman that's super materialistic, like I love fashion and I like stuff like that, but if it was me choosing to have a man some time from him, like some intimate time with him, or take the gift or whatever, I would probably want to take the time with him. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else gonna choose the gift, but you start accumulating all these things and then you be left in an empty house or you be by yourself,
right,
because the man is not there or y'all never established that closeness or that intimacy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just would like a little balance of everything.
right,
Um, but I'm like, that's why I work too, so I can get the things that I want. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I give the man, room to be generous, you know, when he wants to do it. I'm not forcing him to do something. But I'm like, for me, it's like I look at that too. So it's like if you never want to be kind or offer anything or whatever, then you're not the man for me. So why are you here? Because now that becomes a red flag to me, and I'm like, are you trying to gain something from me, but you're not? You don't want to invest anything.
right, right. So do you think dating with intentions is that just a code for control?
No,
Okay.
no. Because when you date with intentions, if I say, okay, I want to start dating, and when I go out there and I say this is what I'm looking for, and like I said, if the man say, well, he starts talking like that, it's like, not no, well, it should be, you know you had some pretty good points and these are some of my values and this is what I'm looking for, and it seems like he's dating with intentions too or whatever, then maybe we could be a match.
Right.
Versus the man or the woman, she only calling you every time she wants something, or every time you call, I'm at the nail shop and I was just trying to see if you could, or I'm at the hair salon, or I'm at the mall with my friends and this and that whatever, but she's insinuating for you to give her money. Or the man, he always, what's she doing you to death, or he always calling you after hours, or he's never present. You know what I'm saying? At times when it seems like somebody should be interested, it's present. It's like he's MIA. It's like, no, it's like the
Right.
signs, especially after you done been through some things. Like I've been through some stuff and I know what to look for.
That's true. So with all that being said, let me pose this question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, and I'm not speaking of all women. I'm not speaking of all women.
Okay.
But do you think majority of these women are dating for potential while men are looking to date for peace?
I don't even know if they're dating for potential. I think they dating for what they can get.
Okay.
That's it. But and if the man is a natural born provider and he likes you or whatever, he's gonna do these nice things for you.
Regardless,
So him
absolutely.
he could be thinking he being genuine, or if he just got it like that and he want to do it. Because even some that got it like that, they not just spend it frivolously or just giving their money away or whatever. It's something about this woman that they like. If a man likes you, he's gonna offer. He's gonna want to do something. I don't care if it's a damn hot dog, some candy, or a Rolls Royce. If he got it, he gonna want to give it to you.
Right, right,
But the women is just about, you got to come out the gate. It's like, so first date. if I'm saying like let's go to the river walk and take a walk, let's go get some coffee or tea, let's go. It's less distractions, and I'm actually getting to the chance to engage and get to know you. They trying to get to know a man at a 5-star restaurant. They don't want to go to cheesecake. They don't want to go to this. They don't want to go to that. But at home with a damn rusty pot.
Right. Right. So
And I'm not saying don't have, high standards about, things that you, because it's like for me, I can park my car, or if I don't want feel like driving, if I know I'm gonna have a cocktails, and take myself to a restaurant and buy me a lobster and have, a cup of cocktails, and then come back home. And I don't have to be bothered, with a man that may think he's getting something at the end of the day or whatever. I went to work today. I wanted me a lobster today, and I went and got it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the but so it's like I don't want to deal with somebody or change my lifestyle because you know what I'm saying, they feel like I'm doing too much or this and that or whatever, because I'm working hard to provide for me.
right.
So you can't tell me how to live, you know what I'm saying? But if we come in, and that's why you got to get to know people.
Right. Absolutely. But so let me say this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of tie into what you pretty much just said. So
Uh-huh.
has independence made relationships harder and not better?
Yes and no. Because sometimes I could say I'm really, really busy, although I am. Like, I feel like I've entered a new season in my life, and a lot of new great things happen, and some challenges,
Right.
was brought to my awareness that I'm just, taking day by day to get through everything, like my
Right.
life has changed completely. And it's like now I feel like I don't have as much time to date as much as I would want to, because I have to pour into these businesses and these new things that are happening for me.
Right.
But if it's somebody that I meet or that I really like, and I feel like, it could be cool to get to know somebody, spend some time or whatever, I will still try to find the time to make for them.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to see how you felt, how you felt about that particular question, because I kind of agree. I would say yes as well, because my
Yeah.
thing is, it's like when you find too much independence, it kind of remove all the lanes to compromise.
Right.
You know, there's nobody wants to compromise anymore because
Right.
everybody's too independent or want to be too independent. And I don't find nothing wrong with being independent. You know,
Right.
um, even in that independent stage, somebody always needs some help. Somebody always need somebody. So
Right.
don't let that independency um don't let that independency take over to where you feel you
Right.
don't need nobody. That's how I feel about that.
So this is my thing. I would say, if you want to date me and you know that I have a full plate, but you're calling me talking about I want to see you today, to me that's inconsiderate,
Right.
because you ain't even give me enough notice, and I feel like you just trying to throw some stuff together to get some stuff moving and shaking. You see what I'm saying? It's like, well, see, you not. No, you didn't even give me no notice. You didn't ask me when I'm available, or could I make time or this and that, whatever. I want to see you today, and it's like, no, you're not finna make me an option. Which you should be planning stuff, or let me know that you took time to prioritize me. And if I'm releasing some time from my busy schedule, that means I value you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So that's why I'm like, it's just different stuff that I've experienced or that I see happening. And it just makes me take a step back. Like, I'm not even finna stop doing what I'm doing to make time for this.
Right. I
You
mean,
know what I'm saying?
it makes sense. It makes
Or
sense.
as much as I would like, I love men in leadership. I like men taking the initiative. I like men planning. Because after I finish doing 50, 11 jobs or whatever I'm doing, it's like I would like to get around a man and feel safe enough to where I can turn my brain off for a minute and just let him handle it. It's like, go ahead, babe, you got it.
Right, right,
I'm here, all smiles. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But sometimes I think if it's new and fresh and a person playing something for you and they didn't even ask you, it's like, where was the consideration? Because if I got that's like me and you, if we saying this weekend we finna work on business stuff, the podcast, whatever the case may be, we're gonna do a photo shoot and all this and that, and then but me and a person is talking and it's still kind of new or whatever, and I'm like, I got a busy weekend coming up, I got photo shoots, got the podcast, we got this and that going on, and he gonna say, well, I planned us a trip. You already knew I had this going on. Well, I wish you didn't have that. It's like, this was already my life before you got here.
right, right.
So now you want me to start dropping stuff.
Yeah.
And you haven't even been in the picture long enough to even see this, how I operate, how I move the schedule of my life before you just start. It wasn't that I'm not appreciative, but you didn't consider me because you want to do this to me. You want to, do whatever you want to do without considering me.
Right, right. Absolutely.
Because for a woman, for a man, can't no woman playing nothing for no man and he finna just drop everything, business-wise or whatever he got going on in his life. He's not finna say, I'm finna stop everything for you. He not finna do that.
Right. You're right.
Even if a man is with the woman and she got the kids, she got to work, and 9 times out of 10, she's figuring out, the babysitters or whatever it's in that and stuff like that. The man gets the full-fledged half his career.
Right. You're absolutely right. Something like that that's real unconsiderate. He wants you to just drop all your plans and drop everything you're doing by the wayside and just go do whatever he said he had planned.
Right. But see, to somebody else and to definitely other men, oh, she's just difficult. She didn't appreciate what you did. No, it's not that. You didn't consider the life that I already have in the schedule or whatever to be like, babe, what's your schedule looking like this weekend? That was never asked.
Right. I know things always go a little smoother when you plan them anyway, opposed to making a hasty decision like that.
Right. Don't say you're doing a surprise for me if we only went on 2 damn dates. That's like you don't even know my schedule well enough to surprise anything from me.
Right.
Not where it's taking a lot of time, for multiple days of my life. Like if you want to go on a trip or do some stuff like that or whatever, you can't plan that for me.
Right, right.
Without asking me, because even if I had a job and stuff like that, guess what? You still would have to ask me what am I doing between these dates because I need to get approval to get off.
Right, right. Yeah, you're right.
And if I work for myself and you want me to do these things, are you finna compensate me for the time that you want me to take off? Because if I'm taking care of my own self and my responsibilities and my bills, and you like, I wanted to take you, out of town, or I want to do this or whatever, and it's finna take a week out of my life, that week could be detrimental in me paying what I need to pay.
Right. Yeah. You got to be more considerate, fellas. Have to be more considerate.
Exactly. It's just about a conversation. I know sometimes you may want to surprise a person. You don't have to give specific details or whatever, but just ask certain questions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I just think a lot of people avoid the significance of the small things. You know what I'm saying? It's like being considerate, asking questions, because it turns into big problems later.
Right. So, okay, well, let me say this. So do you think women expect traditional men while rejecting traditional roles?
I don't even know if it's do they expect traditional men. They just want what they want, because it could be a traditional man that's a provider, protector, and everything like that. But if he can't buy her a Chanel bag, and but he got a decent job or a good job, and he's making enough money to provide everything they want, but he don't have 10,000 or 15,000 whatever to go blow in one bag, whatever. Now she's mad. That's not realistic.
Right. Well, I agree with you. But I mean, it's happening though. It's happening. Because it's definitely an imbalance. It's definitely an imbalance.
Yeah, but the whole thing is, can you go buy it for your own self right now?
And that'd be
But
my
that's
that'd be my first feedback. When I see things like that, you know, where you have a lot of these women and they want to know what you can do for them and what can you buy
right,
them and can you buy that, like you said, that Chanel bag. My
right,
question is, do you have a Chanel bag?
right,
You know, do you have one already? If you
right,
don't have one already, why you don't have one already?
right.
That'd be my whole thing. How you want somebody to go spend $30,000-$40,000 on a purse that you gonna carry that don't even have $30,000-$40,000 in it.
Right.
That'd be my thing. It makes no sense to me. You know, um, like I said, it's just the way people think nowadays and a
Right.
thought process. And I don't understand it. I really don't understand it.
And I'm
You know,
not saying it's not okay to want some amazing things and this and that, because everybody got wish lists and bucket lists and everything other lists on things that they want to accomplish and stuff like that too, because I do.
right?
But I'm not saying like if you don't get me this, like I'm not gonna be with you. But I'm like, if you are that type of woman and you want that, then you have to find that type of man that has that mentality.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it'll be a man out there saying, well, she ain't got her nails done, so she broke. But maybe her job requires that she can't have those type of nails. Or maybe, sometimes people deal. I know when I had my, health issue dealing with anemia, low iron, and all that, my nails was always chipping and splitting and breaking, at one point, and I couldn't get all that stuff on my nails or whatever. But it's like people just don't know the underlying conditions of, why people do certain things or why they don't do them at some point in time. And it's always on a physical judgmental standpoint, and I don't think that's fair either on both sides, men and women.
Right, right,
Because the man, he could be leveling up in his life, or he could have got out of a bad situation, or he could have finally got his break. And he like, I'm not finna splurge, or I'm not finna be spending or whatever, because I want to set myself up long term. So then when he get with a woman that always want to spend and always want to be flashy and stuff like that, he's setting himself up to where he don't ever have to revisit what he just was in ever again. But she could be looking at, he got the money or whatever, and then she just want to spend, spend, spend. And it's like, no. So that's why I'm like, you have to find some truth in who you're seeking and what, direction they headed in and everything like that. If you flashy and everything like that and you like to spend money every week and all this and that, it's some guys out there that want to do that, some women out there that want to do that. So y'all need to link up.
right. From a woman perspective,
Mm-hmm.
let me say, do you think from a woman perspective, do you think men want submission or appreciation?
Both.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna answer that from a man perspective. I just want to see how you felt about it.
But I would choose appreciation over submission.
Right. I was just going to say that. I would say in today's society, I think I'll prefer appreciation
Right.
over submission
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people tend to not truly understand what submission means.
Right.
And that's where it gets confusing.
Because
Um,
guess what? Appreciation is submission. When a
but
woman appreciates every single thing you do, she's going to be there to serve you, to assist you, to pour into you, to love on you correctly, everything that you need.
right. But I think using the word appreciation
Yeah.
sound a lot better to those that don't really understand what submissive means.
Right.
So I would truly say, me personally, I would say appreciation.
Right.
You know, you show me that you appreciate everything I've done or
Right.
everything that I'm doing. Show me
Right.
that, you know, you got my back 100%. You know, when you show me that, that's what makes me feel whole when I'm getting that type of support, when I'm
Right.
getting that type of love, when you show
Right.
me that you truly
As a woman,
appreciate
I
it.
feel the same way because I'm naturally a nurturer, a lover, a submissive. You know what I'm saying? Because, so if I'm in a male's presence or whatever, and I see something needs to be done, I'm already tapping in to do it. Like you can
Right.
invite me in your place, and I know you work all the time. Whatever, it could be a few dishes in the sink, not even a lot. I'm just gonna go in there and wash them. Like that's just me. Like maybe he ain't had time, whatever. It's like it's just seeing what's needed, picking up the slack. And that's why I was like, when you take the time to learn a person and stuff like that, like I'm not finna be asking no man to do no whole bunch of nothing. And it ain't no closed mouths don't get fed. No, because if you're around me and you're not studying me to see what I like, to see what direction I'm going in, to see what's needed and offer, then don't come my way.
Right. Right.
Because really, that's what I'm looking for. Like, I'm not putting pressure on you, but if you told me you was a leader and you told me you was a provider and you told me you was a protector, if I'm saying I got to go to the mechanic or whatever, and you not trying to, well, what mechanic you go to? What's wrong with the car, baby? What you need or whatever? If you're not doing none of that, it's like, what are we doing? Because this man could be getting ready to knock me over the head with a price, and I wouldn't know.
Right. Right. You're right about that. And they definitely do it. They
Yeah.
definitely will do it. You know, you gotta be that's when you need a man in your life. For
Right.
those women that say they don't need a man. That goes for y'all.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
But for me, I like nice things too. But so for me, like you see me now, I'm put together. And every time you see me, I'm put together. Yeah, I might have my nails done, I might do them myself. I do my own hair, I do my own makeup, I do my own everything. But the stuff still requires money to buy certain things for the upkeep. But I like looking good for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
If
Right.
you're in my life or around me, then you just that's what you get. But
Right.
if you need me and I got a skull cap on, no makeup or whatever, Timberland boots, whatever, I'm still showing up for you, whether I'm done up or I'm not. I'm in my natural state. Either way it go, I'm still authentic. So my whole thing is, if you're in my life and you see how I'm moving, you see how I carry myself, you see how I present myself, and you never offer to do anything, like, sir, why are you here? Because I don't want to be with nobody who can't do nothing. I might not say, you got to buy me a Chanel bag, but if you don't ever want to do nothing,
Right. Right.
or you
So
keeping a score or tally every time you do something for me, I don't want it.
right. Right. Yeah, I agree with you on
I
that.
want it to be genuine, and I want to feel like you did it out of love and kindness and generosity. See, people,
Right.
generosity is not them going all over. No, you're being generous. You're being consider. You're considering me. Let me see what she needs.
So after everything we just said and everything that we just discussed and talked about,
Hmm.
why do you think dating is so exhausting then? I mean, if
Because
we
people
kind
are,
of if we kind of have the blueprint, why isn't it that it's so exhausting?
because I'm a thorough communicator, and a man will sit there and listen to everything I said and still pick out the parts that he want from me.
Well,
When you talk to me and when you see me, you have the blueprint on how to treat me. But sometimes when a man have an ego, it's, well, let me see if I can break her. Well, I know she said she got a rule on how long it take for her to sleep. I'm gonna see if I can get it before. Now he started trying to call after 8:30, after 9 o'clock, what you doing? Or hey, Miss Lady, I'm not even answering. I'm not even answering. So either it's gonna fade out, or you gonna get blocked, or you gonna come correct.
Right.
The biggest part of why there's a miscommunication and a gap in between dating, to really answer your question, is people do not want to drop the I for we. It's not you no more. When you decide you want to date or be with somebody or include somebody else in your life, it ain't all about what you want no more. You have to compromise.
Right.
You have to consider somebody else. And
I
if you want everything to keep going your damn way, then be by your damn self.
right. I'm a firm believer of that. You know, ain't no more I. You know,
No.
when you're dealing with somebody and you're in a relationship with somebody, you have to drop that I.
Right.
We supposed to be a team.
Right.
We supposed to be doing this together. Not, ain't no more I.
Right.
And I should be able to wherever, help out wherever I can, or help out wherever need be.
Exactly.
I'm a firm believer that you got to drop that I. Ain't no more I.
But the
Shit.
bottom line is, hurt people hurt people. The men out here hurting, the women hurt too. They both them been hurt and scarred. They're not taking the proper time to heal. Whatever higher source they believe in, they not praying. They not doing no meditation. They not silencing all of the distractions, whether it be sex, alcohol, doing whatever type of drugs they doing, or whatever, you know, uh, shopping addictions, gambling addictions, whatever the case may be. When you
Right.
X all of that stuff out, you have to sit in the silence of and deal with everything that's on the inside, or everything that you have been affected by. So what are you going to do about it? What healthy coping mechanisms and methods are you using to heal, so that you can, what I'm saying, start, meeting, people of value, not valuing things, people
Right.
of value that appreciate and just even respect who you are. You're like your presence, not viewing you as an object, just your presence as a person, valuing your time. If you decide you even going to meet up for a first date, and not out here ghosting people, moving out of hurt and pain, you know what I'm saying, and confusion, and clarity of even knowing what you want, because you just keep repeating the same cycle, because you're not even being honest with yourself about what you really want, and taking the time to take the necessary steps to get that.
Right. Right. I totally agree with that 100%. But let me say this. Let me ask this. Let me ask this question. Do women test men more than men test women?
At this stage in the game, and we're not talking about genuine people out here that's being authentic and looking for real love. We talking about the majority of the men and women that's out here playing games and stuff like that. I don't even think it's a difference. Like, even with the YNs, with the boys and the girls carrying, and just everything that's happening and stuff like that. I don't think there's a difference as far as gender.
Right. Okay. Me personally, I think. Let me see how would I say this? I think as a man, I think we're more often evaluated before even being accepted. Because I think women gonna break a man down first. When I say break down, I don't mean being broke down in the worst way.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna look us over thoroughly. They gonna make sure this is something they want to be a part of, or something they want to deal with, or something they so that's what I mean when I say break down. I don't know. I just think that's just how women are. I think, and when I say women, I say all women are like that. I'm not gonna say some. I'm gonna say all this time, because you want to evaluate the situation. Okay. Oh, no, you back. Okay. So let me ask you this: if you're interested in somebody, and you see somebody that you like or see somebody that you think you might want to talk to, how do you proceed? How do you handle that? Aren't you gonna evaluate the situation?
Yeah, but the only thing I could do is ask him questions, and hopefully he's giving me the honest truth. So I'm going to watch what he say and what he do. If it's in alignment, then we can continue to move forward.
Right.
But I'm gonna let him know if anything is faulty on what you presented. As soon as I find out, I'm out. You're not even gonna get no chance to explain because this is your time now. I was like, I tell a person, only person can f this up is you. No, another woman can't come to me and telling me I used to talk to him and this and that because you totally different now. You see what I'm saying? Like, you not even the same person as you was yesterday.
Right.
Because what you dealt with yesterday, you not today is a new day. You got new mercy, new grace, and it's a new day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, um, I give you the benefit to show me exactly who you are. So only you can mess that up.
Right. Right. Okay.
I can say for me, that's what I'm saying. I get, you know how many people say I'm high maintenance? Oh, I know it's a man taking care of you. This girl asked me before, was I a kept woman? Baby, ain't nobody, wasn't nobody keeping me but God. And
Right.
him giving me mercy and grace and the strength to get up every day to do what I need to do. And he blessed me with all these talents. I never went to school for hair, for makeup, for styling, for nothing. I learned how to cook. I learned how to, create my own business, structuring the LLC and everything like that. I learned how to do my own taxes. No man didn't teach me that, and no man didn't give me that. So I get prejudged every day or whatever. It's like nobody else should be able to take the credit. And I learned all these things because I asked for help and people didn't want to help me. I cried. I had a lot of seasons where I was trying to, continue to grow and move forward and needed some help in the area or some information in the area or whatever. And I had to figure it out on my own. I sat down and I said, God, I'm very smart. You say your people will perish because of lack of knowledge. So if you made me intelligent, that means I should be able to learn what I need to learn. Can you give me the clarity to see it? And can you point me in the right direction to be able to receive it when I do see it?
Right.
And I started figuring out how to do it. When I was working, I got audited 6 times on my tax return. The people was trying to make up numbers and this and that. I'm like, don't do that. So I started printing out my bank statements. I went to the Dollar Tree and got some notebooks, some color coded markers or whatever, and I color coded all my tax forms. I learned how to do it manually because I didn't know what to do. And
Right.
then I tally everything up, according to the color and whatever, title it was going up under category, gas, clothes, phone bill, car repairs and whatever. And when I did that and I did everything and I sent it to the IRS, guess what? I got my return. And I have been doing my taxes from there on out. I didn't
Right.
have to get audited no more. And I figured out how to do my own tax return. It's just crazy. But when you asking people for help and because they're being greedy or they want to add something on top so they can skim and they can take a little extra off the top, it's like, I don't want to move like that.
Right. Well, you definitely
So,
you going about doing it the right way, especially when you're
and I,
dealing with the
and I,
IRS.
right. And
You
I,
don't
and
want
I, like I told you before, I've been with men and this, I'm tired every time we go out. They like your hair, they like your clothes. Well, go get somebody who don't do none of this. If you want somebody who don't like to present themselves in a presentable manner, they don't even want to comb their hair, this and that, because that's what it sounds like. You want somebody who don't care about themselves. Then
to.
go
Right.
get that. Stop trying to break people down or change them who already put together and got something going on for themselves. That's positive.
Let me ask this
So that's why
question
I be
then.
saying, 50-50 or both or in certain instances, because it's like I be receiving a lot of stuff and I be like, I don't bother nobody.
Right. Right. Well, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep carrying yourself the way you carry yourself. Everything gonna play out. Everything gonna
No, but
work
that's what
out.
I'm saying. So it's for me. That's why when you be asking these questions, it be like, I'm not a woman that lead with what a man got in his pocket, but I do want a man to have something going on because I'm not sitting at home every day
Right.
without doing nothing, and I do nice things for men too. So yeah, we gonna reciprocate. But I am a traditional woman. You know what I'm saying? I do carry those values and what I want a man to do and to have as far as a protector, provider, and all that. And if that's not what you want to do and you study hollering 50-50 and you want to be sitting up at home all day or whatever you doing while I'm out working like a dog, then I don't want that either.
Right. Sitting on the couch playing a game all damn day.
I don't want that. I don't
Right.
want that.
So do you think vulnerability for a man in a relationship could be dangerous, or do you think it's dangerous?
It can be dangerous in the wrong hands
Okay.
because what if he's been hurt and he's taking the time to heal, but he's went through, some different relationships and things and storms in his life, and at one point maybe he did shut down and he got cold or whatever, and then after some time went by, some years went by, he like, you know what, I don't feel like I'm being my authentic self. I do want to love wholeheartedly. I want to, what I'm saying, I don't want to
Right.
be guarded. I don't want to be like that. I want to be 100% with what I'm doing. I want to be all in. And then he doing this woman playing in his face.
Right. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Snap work on both sides.
Yeah. You're right about that. Because sometimes, like you say, it can be dangerous in the wrong hands. When you opening up, or when you trying to open up to the woman you thought or you think that has
Yeah.
your back, and then later it could be you. It's gonna be turned around and used against you.
Right.
You know, um, that's not a safe place.
It's not.
That's not a safe place.
I've been friends and acquaintances with women that did, and I would try to offer advice or whatever, and we got into it. I was like, guess what? I won't say nothing else, but guess what? Don't say nothing else to me about this. And I just end up removing myself from them because I felt like they were mistreating the men.
But in situations like that, it's kind of hard for a woman to give her opinion to another female about her man, because me personally, I think they're gonna look at it as if, especially if you're siding with the man.
Yeah.
If you're siding with the man to your friend about her man, then that becomes an issue. Now they're gonna look at you sideways as if, like,
that I want them.
that you want them, or you trying to make her feel bad, because you saying you going against everything that she's saying.
I am trying to make her feel bad because what she doing is wrong, and I call out bullshit. And if this is how you moving, then I don't need to be attached to you. So
Right.
I'm gonna fall all the way back.
Yeah.
That's my whole intent. You should feel bad, and if you don't, you let me see you the biggest red flag ever, and I need to get the hell away from you.
Yeah. And I know that to be facts, because I've had it happen to me. I've had that situation happen to me before.
Yeah, I remember you when we talked about it.
Right. And like I said, it was. And if anybody, and for those that know me, and for those that really truly know me, they know that I'm real genuine.
Right.
I ain't gonna cut no corners with you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. You ask me, I'm gonna tell you. Right? And that day made me realize, you know what? Before I even give my opinion on something like that, I won't even say nothing.
Right.
I just, from now on, going forward, and as of today, I still don't open my mouth one way or another.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. But the biggest lesson you learn is your place, and you have to remove yourself, because when a person don't even see the value and the authenticity and the honesty that you provide in a situation, and you're shedding light on something to bring some clarity and some honesty to them, then it's time for you to go any damn way.
Right.
Because I got friends that said, they was like, oh, I be hating even call you sometimes because I know when I get on the phone with you not even finna agree with me. You just I'm gonna always tell what the truth is. I'm not biased because you my friend. That's a man. No, you wrong.
Right. A lot of people can't handle the truth. When you have those type of friends, see, I'm not that type of friend. If you're wrong, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong.
Right.
I'm nobody's yes man.
Right.
You know, I'm not just gonna say, yeah, you right, you right, you right, when I know you dead ass wrong. No, I'm gonna tell you wrong. But a lot of people, a lot of your friends can't handle that because they expect
No.
you to side with them.
Right.
You know, and they know they wrong.
Right.
But
And guess
you not
what? There's been some situations where the man has even called me, and I tell him, "Look, your guy had called me. We had a conversation. This is what we talked about." Because he sees like I'm just a safe place. But my whole thing is, if I've been in your relationship and I was around when you known this person when you met him, this and that, both of y'all done involved me in a relationship for 20 years, I should be able to tell you the truth.
right, right. You're right.
Because really, I became a friend to both of y'all.
Yep. I just know,
But
you
I
know,
still, it was one incident, like my friend wasn't at home. And I had stopped by her where she was like, she wasn't there. And although I would never do nothing, ain't nothing ever happened between me and her guy. He called me, asked for my advice, whatever, this and that. We all doing stuff, whatever. She wasn't there. I didn't go up in that house. She like,
right,
girl, you crazy. You go upstairs. I'm not going there and you not there. I'm just not even finna create a situation. It might not ever even be nothing. But I'm not finna be there with that man and you ain't there.
right. Yeah,
That's because I have respect for me and I have respect and boundaries for people. I don't care if you could look at me like a sister. It could be my sister. I'm not gonna be in her house with her man if she ain't there. I'm just not finna do it.
right, right,
Because guess what? Those things have happened to me. She wasn't my biological sister, but I consider her to be my sister. She was at work, and then her baby daddy had came in my room talking about could he pay me to model for him, and I got up out of there, didn't never go back, because I was staying with her.
oh, that's
And it
crazy.
made me feel crazy, even though I didn't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just don't ever want to be in those situations. I don't want, or because I'm being respectful and kind or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, these men do try to come on to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm not interested in them. And sometimes it may have went the other way or went left or looked a certain type of way or whatever. But it was on them. It wasn't on me, and I still got blamed for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just avoid them altogether.
Right. I'm gonna ask you this. I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you're interested in somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it might not have happened to you, but I'm gonna pose a scenario.
Okay.
Let's say, for instance, I approach a woman that I'm interested in. I see something in her that I like,
Okay.
and her reply is she's not ready.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna approach this woman. I like this woman. I'm interested in her, and I
Mm-hmm.
approach her, and she tell me she's not ready.
Mm-hmm.
Replies that woman. What does that? Now I'm asking you as a woman. When a woman
I've done that.
says I'm not ready,
I've
what
done
does
it.
she typically say?
I've done it. In certain instances, it was me taking time to heal because I'm still hurting from something I've been in previously. Or like I'm saying with me with work and stuff like that. I've been in a relationship. Me and a man had a house and everything or whatever, and but early on in our relationship, I was starting a new job, and I asked him, could he give me some money, to get back and forth to work until I got my paycheck because it was a new government job that I was starting, whatever. And he
Right,
was like, yeah, everybody got to bow down sometime. And I was like, nah. So I've been going through periods of being sick, over the last 7 to 15 years. So when I feel like I'm at my best or full capacity when I can work, I just work, 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 work. You know what I'm saying? Because it's be times when I be down and I can't work. And if I don't have enough saved or I done depleted my savings, because sometimes when I had, large sums of money, I would pay my bills up for 6 months. You know, the most I paid them up was to 8 months at one time. So when I tell a man I'm not ready, it's like I'm trying to keep replenishing my savings because I can't work due to me being sick, whatever it's in that. And I don't want to be giving my time to another man. And now, if he decides to leave or he doesn't appear who he need to be or whatever, when I'm out here just trying to secure, make sure I'm okay and that I can pay my bills, not that he have to do them.
right.
now I'm down because I'm putting my time over here with you. You playing in my face by doing all this other stuff. And that's why I say I'm not ready, because I know what I have to do for my household and I know what I need to do. So I'm getting up every day to do that. And sometimes that don't entail, because it's like I'm working to pay the bills and building new businesses and trying to secure my future all at the same time.
Okay.
So really, if you're not coming into my life to help me, you just trying to you want my body, you want to take my time, you want to distract me from doing the things that I'm doing, like that's not gonna work for me. So no, I ain't ready.
Okay. I was just wondering. I just wanted to
Yeah. Or
figure
for
out when a
another
woman
scenario,
usually
it
say
could
that,
be
what does
women
she
that's dating
mean?
multiple people. It could be a woman that's dating multiple people, and that doesn't mean it could be a bad thing, because, like, say for instance, for me, if I hadn't dated, and I was out of my last relationship over 2 years, and I hadn't dated, and then I meet one guy and he likes everything about me, he want to be with me, but I didn't even get a chance to really know him yet, and I ain't even really chance to get my feet wet and just see what type of man I like moving forward. I only met this one person, whatever. I may not be ready to be in a committed relationship.
Okay. So that doesn't mean that she's not ready for that particular individual.
No.
Okay.
But if she's even still giving him the time of the day, the rhythm, and she's, going out with him and making time for him and talking to him and stuff like that, I wouldn't say for him to give up.
Okay.
If he still, I'm just, for me, it just depends on the clarity of the woman. I would say, I like you, I like spending time with you or whatever, but I'm just not ready to be committed right now because of XYZ. I would let them know why I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But for somebody else, it may be different, and he may need to move around just so he's not wasting his time.
Right. Right. Okay. That's understandable.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
Attention, all creatives and business owners. Are you a clothing designer, music artist, entrepreneur, or brand owner looking to get your name out there? Here's your chance to be featured on Situations the Podcast, the platform that shines a spotlight on real people, real stories, and real success. Get promoted, get seen, and connect with a growing audience that supports movers and dreamers like you. We're also looking for sponsors ready to grow with us and be part of the movement. Tap in today. Let's make your situation go viral.
Okay. I'm going to close out today's episode with one more question. I just got one more. I want one more question to be posed.
Okay.
Is modern dating exhausted? Well, let me rephrase that. Is modern dating exhausting because nobody wants to be wrong?
It's not that they don't want to be wrong. They don't want to put the work in.
Right. Right.
They want everything instant. Instant gratification, instant success, instant connection, instant. No, all of that requires time, work, effort on both ends.
Right. And I want to add on top of that, I want to add that I think ego, a lot of times, I think the ego blocks your growth.
Absolutely. On both ends, men and women.
All right. Right.
How
So
many
like you
times
say,
you hear the women today, we the niggas with the money? That's what the
right.
women call themselves now
Right.
today.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's like when you have that type of mentality and, um, and that's the way that's the way you're going about it,
Yeah.
you soon find yourself stagnated.
And I would tell people, because I have been guilty of it. A person could be dealing with certain things or been hurt or this and that, whatever, or they seem like they, kind of closed off or a little bit guarded or whatever, and you feel like, I don't be feeling like I could change a person, but I be feeling like, because my love is so pure, my heart is, and my intentions, that I can get them to see, what I'm saying, it's a safe place or whatever, and I can get them to open up. Baby, I'm finna believe what these people tell me and what they show me, and I'm gonna keep it moving, because these men and these women will keep depleting your good heart, your good intentions, your good deeds, or whatever. And they won't give a damn that you're a good person. And they still gonna be jaded. They still gonna be bitter. They still gonna be empty on the inside, and you gonna be hurt.
Right. Well,
So if somebody show you something, believe them. If they show you effort, consistency, and everything like that, believe them and move forward till you see otherwise. But if they showing you all these red flags, study being closed up, everything is a damn roadblock, run fast.
right. Okay. Well, that's gonna conclude our show for today. I just wanted to hear your feedback on that particular
Okay.
question.
Mhm.
But once again, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in to Situations the podcast. We greatly appreciate it, and I hope you guys was able to learn something or took something from today's segment and be able to apply it to everyday life.
Yeah.
Deanna, you got anything you want to close with?
I'm so glad we've been back on and we haven't been having no technical difficulties like the Bears. We back, baby.
You're right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we back. We finally got it all worked out. We got it. We got the technical difficulties all squared away. So that's a plus. But once again, I got to give a lot of the credit, to the people that subscribed. I want to say this. I know we're coming to a closeout of the year, and I just want to say thank you guys for consistently subscribing to our podcast channel. It means a lot that to see the subscriptions growing every day. And like I said, I have to go off to you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys have showed your loyalty and support. And apparently we're doing something right because you guys are tuning in every week. You guys are subscribing. You guys are commenting. You guys are liking. So that means a lot to us. So I just want to say thank you guys for that.
We love y'all.
For
Thank
sure.
y'all so much.
For sure. Okay. Once again, that's going to conclude today's show. We look forward to seeing you guys next week for another amazing episode. And once again, if you guys have something you want us to talk about or you want to be a part of the show, reach out to us. Feel free to contact me or contact my co-host Deanna and let us know. And we'll definitely make the arrangements to have you appear on the show.
And in the meantime, keep your head on a swivel.
I know that's right. Okay, guys, there you have it. We'll see you guys next week for another amazing episode of Situations the Podcast. Peace.